With over 100,000 songs uploaded daily to Spotify, Apple Music, even YouTube, how do you stand out in a crowded marketplace? Well, I can tell you it's not by releasing a new song every single week. If you've got 5 songs or more out, and you don't even have 10,000 monthly listeners, you need to stop releasing new music, or at least you need to put a pause on it first, and you need to grow. But before I share these strategies, I just want to say thank you. We just hit 250 million streams on Spotify. I just ordered the new plaque. We've been at 130, but we just hit almost a double now. So really excited about that. And I just hope it encourages you that you are closer than you think. And so the reason people were releasing a song a week is because maybe during the SoundCloud era, or because it was just trendy at the time and you could just release this music and the algorithm was pushing you out. Well, it doesn't work that way anymore. There's so many songs being uploaded and there's so much noise. So it's how do we stand out? And there's a few platforms that will just promote you for you. Like they will do the promotion for you. And the first one, of course, is Spotify. Okay, it's algorithm. If you feed it enough data and you give it enough streams, and it's like, wow, people are saving this song, people are streaming this song, they're not skipping it, it will start to promote the song for you in Discover Weekly, radio, mixes, DJ. Like it's incredible. And if you didn't watch the 30-day challenge that I did where I literally showed you where I hustled the streams and then we activated Spotify's algorithm and then it started promoting the song for me. And then I opted it into Spotify Discovery mode, which shares the song even more, where fans are most likely to listen and be open to new music and open to discovering new music. The stream shot up even more. And so we've never had a time where there's something that promotes our music for us. Like normally, like we want the label to promote us. Well, what does the label do? They go to radio. They try and get you space at stores. And like, can you imagine like going back in the day, right? Like, and the only way we could sell our music was with CDs, right? Well, imagine somebody walking around in the store that works there and just kept on saying, hey, buy Manafest CD, buy Manafest CD, or buy your CD, right? Like even when it was back in the day with CDs in the stores, which I would never want to go back to that except because I like physical stuff. But as far as like growing my fan base, I wouldn't want to go that way. But now with Spotify and some other ones I'm going to share in a minute, they're literally, it's like they're walking around sharing the song. Hey, if you liked Linkin Park, you might like this. Hey, if you like the Linkin, I see you're looking at the Limp Bizkit song. Hey, you might also like this song by Manafest. It's very similar. That's literally like what the algorithm is doing. It's like, wow, well, you like that, and I can see you like this, and you listen to this artist. Well, hey, Manafest has some similar songs like that, and it shares the songs. Like, that's freaking incredible, right? And it's not even just Spotify doing this. That's what YouTube does, right? Based on your listening and watching behavior. Like, those are the main 2 places as far as music discovery on music listening platforms. YouTube happens to be a social media of kind as well, too. But literally, like, it's not about just, like, putting up content and subscribers and followers. It's about the consumption of it. Who's consuming it? If they're consuming a certain bunch of content, then they're going to get recommended more of that content. And YouTube will literally share your song out. One thing that we do for YouTube is make sure you have banging thumbnails, really good YouTube thumbnails on your videos of your songs. What I was doing in a Spotify audit for an artist that we were doing, and I was like, hey, before we start marketing your single, I want to make sure you at least have a lyric video, a visualizer, or a music video on YouTube. Because when we start promoting your song, not everybody listens to it on Spotify. Not everybody listens to it on Apple Music or Amazon or Deezer. And they might just go right to YouTube and try and find you. And the question is, will you be findable? Will they find you, right? And when they find you, is that thumbnail going to really pop out where it's like, okay, that's the name of the song, that's the artist I was looking for, and they find it. Because again, if you had watched that 30-day challenge where I was promoting my song Help, people weren't just listening to it on Spotify, they were going to YouTube, and I showed you in the data that all of a sudden the YouTube views for that song started to go up, right? So we've got Spotify that's promoting us through its algorithm. We've got YouTube promoting us through its algorithm, through the browse features and the recommendations. And again, what did Mr. B say? It's not that the audience didn't, or the algorithm didn't like that video. It's that the audience didn't like that video. If they're skipping the video and they're not watching the whole thing, they're not liking it, they're not commenting it, they're just like skipping past it, those are all trigger signs to say, don't share this song, don't share this song, people don't like it. Like back in the day, labels could fake it, man. They could just buy the radio spots. They could buy the CD spots, the end caps they were called, to get that store space. They buy the billboards, right? And they just shove that music down our throats. Well, now, YouTube and Spotify have kind of leveled the playing field. And I know people are buying botted streams and they're doing shady stuff. But at the end of the day, Spotify and YouTube, their job, they both serve ads. And their job is to keep people on the platform as long as possible. So they can't just, sure, there can be some gaming of the system, but at the end of the day, the cream rises to the top. And if their algorithm is saying, yo, this song is dope, it's going to share it out. Like it's its own built-in tastemaker. And you can't fake that. But the problem is, guys, for me and for you, is that we're not marketing our songs long enough, and we're not giving YouTube enough data, we're not giving Spotify enough data to even say like what kind of a song you have, or to even give it anything to know whether they should even share it out. And so it just sits there on the Spotify algorithm doing nothing, right? And the next place that really shares us out, and this is a huge opportunity, and honestly, I need to get better at this, because I honestly just prefer releasing music and running ads to it and triggering the algorithm, but it's social media, right? Like Instagram trial reels, okay? When you go to post on Instagram, if you scroll down, you can select a button that says trial reels. And what that means is it's not going to share it to your followers yet. It's not even going to post it on your page. It's only going to share it out to people who don't follow you. And it's going to give it a shot to get some organic and new people and expose you to new people. Because on Instagram and even TikTok and Facebook Reels, it's not about followers and subscribers, right? It's about just recommending content. It's about just good content, right? And if the content is good, it'll share it out again. But this time it's not so much taste making the music content, it's taste making the social media content. Like, is it a good video? And sure, it could have your music in it, but like, how is it packaged? All right, you need to think of your social media post. Like, does it have good packaging? If it just says, my new song is out now, and you just got the cover of the song, like that's not good packaging. It's good packaging for a CD. It's good packaging maybe for a Spotify single cover, but it's not good packaging for a social media post that is shareable and has the ability to go viral. We have to put on a different hat when we're posting online with social media and think about, like, is this shareable? Would I want to watch this? Would this stop the scroll? Would this grab people's attention? And I forget who it was that said this the other day, but they're like, you don't want to just be goofy and not be you just to get views. Because then you're just going to get people that like to consume goofy things and funny things. And it's not really related to your music. And I find this is the problem we have as artists, is sometimes we chase these trends or we chase these ideas and we just slap our music behind us. But number one, we're not really being authentic, and it's not really about our music. And sure, the post could go viral, but then we don't see a bump in streams. And that's what we want, right? Like, we're posting on social media because we want people to connect to the streams and the music. And maybe you have a bigger message. You just want to get your message that's in your music. I know that's what it's about for me. God changed my life. I was a messed up kid. I lost my dad to suicide when I was 5 years old. I used to struggle with depression, fear, insecurity. I would have shooken this microphone to bits, wouldn't have been able to talk to you, but God changed my life. 2 Timothy 1:7 says, I wasn't born with a spirit of fear, but a spirit of power, of love, and of a sound mind. That word sound mind means clear mind, a focused mind. I'm not giving up. I'm relentless. I won't quit. And I want you to have that same attitude, okay, whether you believe in God or not. But like, we want to get our music out there, so we need to stop hating on the game, and we got to start mastering the game. We got to master social media and telling stories. Share the story of struggle. Share those posts, and I need to do that more. I can't just keep posting on social media hoping it's going to work. What I do is I look at other social media posts in my genre that have done well. I'm like, wow, that got 100,000, that got millions. Okay, that one also got millions. What is he or she doing in that video? And how can I model that and then do that for my song that's on this album? Like, how can I figure that out for me, right? Tony Robbins says success leaves clues. We want to model success. You don't have to start from scratch. And nobody's starting from zero. You're starting from where you're at, learning all the experiences that you've had. But you've got to get your shots in the game. And then what is social media going to do? It's going to start sharing the song out. Okay? And I like to start on trial reels with Instagram. And then if it does good, all right, so if I opened up my trial reels right now, for me, a post that is doing good is getting like 1,000 plus. For you, it might be tens of thousands, right? But for me, if it's got over 1,000 views in like a short period of time, I'm like, okay, I will share that to my profile. But not only will I share it to my profile, I'll take that and I'll be like, okay, that's a winner. I'm going to take that one and I'm going to post it as a YouTube short. I'm going to post it as a Facebook reel. I'm going to post it to TikTok, right? I'll share it to Twitter, X, right? And then I'll put that way I'm putting the winners out there. But I have my testing ground to make sure that that's working, right? And it's got my music behind it. And then what's really cool, and I talk about this, and you got to come to the next Spotify 5-day challenge, okay? It's going to be October 13th. But I share how I use this software called Song Stats, where I can see when other people are using my songs. And that's what's the power of marketing. And once you become findable, and then you become usable and people start using your songs and they're promoting for you. Like I'm looking right now, somebody named Taylor with 520,000 followers on Instagram, okay? 520,000, okay? That's not 520, 520,000. That's 500,000 followers used my song. I can see somebody else who's got 70,000 on TikTok used my song, right? Well, how does this happen? Well, when you start marketing and you're promoting your music. And if you've been watching me, you know that I love to run ads, but I also love organic traffic. And then I love it when the algorithm is pushing it for me. It's pushing my music for me, right? It's like I do the work and then it keeps going. That's why I love this. And that's why I wish I did more songwriting and more online marketing and more promotion, because it's like the algorithm is working for me. Like I'm pulling up my Spotify for artists right now and I can see 186 people are listening to my music. 188 just went up. 190. Oh, it keeps going up. Let's go. But like that's the cool thing. But you've got to be willing to push hard enough and long enough until you get some momentum, get some buzz going. You can't keep saying, oh, music is going to be my year, and then you stop and you take a break. And then you're like, oh, music is going to be my year again, and you stop and take a break when it gets hard. Like you have to be willing to keep getting your shots out there. You got to live this. You got to breathe this thing. You got to want it. And you got to want it more than I want it for you. You got to want it more than a family member or a friend or your producer. You have to want this. It's probably a God-given dream. God's been knocking on your heart saying, hey, I'm calling you to do something great. And he is. He's called you to do something great. He hasn't called you to be stagnant, you know? He's called you to be strong and courageous. Well, it takes a lot of courage to step out and do music. And I want to encourage you, like, don't get caught up in this AI stuff. Don't worry about it. Use it, but don't use it to actually make music. Like please. I know this is controversial. I should do a whole video of this, but like I listened to somebody's music the other day. I was like, wow, this is awesome. And I could tell instantly that the artwork was AI and his banner and stuff like that. But then I was like, who mixed it? Because I was like, this sounds really, really good. And he's like, oh, well, I made it with AI. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I can't tell you how many emails I'm getting from industry people that are saying, stay away from that because of legality stuff, especially with like TV and film stuff. Again, we had a song in the Olympics last year. We had a song in the Super Bowl, NHL this year. We get a lot of TV film placements. And all our agencies are saying, stay clear of making the music with AI. If you want to use ChatGPT to come up with lyric ideas, do it for your artwork, maybe some video promotional stuff, but when it comes to actually making the music, stay away from it. People want real. They want authentic, okay? They want to see the blemishes. And I'll tell you this, people relate to your struggle more than they'll relate to your success, all right? They don't want to see the perfect thing. They want to see the underdog, the rise. And like the cream is going to rise to the top. And there is probably going to be a bunch of AI music out there, and it's in a crazy world. But the coolest thing about this is you're building a brand. They're getting to know you. They want to buy from you. AI can't buy tickets to a show. AI, can't buy merch. You know what I'm saying? Or bots can't. People want the real and authentic. And so don't grow weary doing good. Proverbs 24:16 says, even though a man falls down 7 times, he gets up and goes again. And the same thing for my girls. Keep going. Keep fighting for this dream, girl. You've got this. I want to remind you that a fighter isn't someone who never fails. A fighter is someone who never quits. Something just fell in my office.